gas line installation down Main Street. It's the island's only traffic corridor, and I recognize that that has been a major issue. I also know that the Roosevelt Island Operating Corporation faces the unrealistic expectation of having to charge high fees to nonprofits that support quality of life in the Roosevelt Island community. So those who clap, that's my amen quarter since we're in church. So the Roosevelt Island Operating Corporation has a policy of charging the community for the use of recreational fields, yes? Mm-hmm. They also have a policy of prohibiting children from the use of these fields in favor of those who pay and hold field permits. Is that right? Yes. Okay. We also need to, I understand, along Main Street, improve commercial diversity along Main Street and make sure that there's a mix of businesses that all of us can enjoy. Yes? Yes. Okay. And I know that your great borough president has been working on that because it's an issue which is not just unique to Roosevelt Island, but an issue which is unique applies to the entire city of New York. Rising rents, small businesses being displaced, and we're getting the same franchises on our establishments, and unfortunately it's changing the character of the community. And I don't know about you, but I like mom and pop stores. Now, and we also know that Cornell University, we need to hold them accountable. Cornell University, we all know, is coming to Roosevelt Island, but to date, they have not lived up to their promises to provide financial backing for school programs. And I join with you on that because I too have contacted them with regards to their promise to provide financial backing for school programming. And they have failed to address the pressure on public services such as public safety. And the use of the recreational fields that will result from their increased population. We need to hold Cornell University accountable, and I join with you. And the city must be accountable for this as well. City revenues have greatly increased as a result of the creation of Cornell Tech. I know, as in my former life as a city council member, we appropriated millions of dollars for Cornell Tech. We all supported Cornell Tech coming to Roosevelt Island. First, let me apologize. I got braces, so I'm talking kind of funny, but I apologize. And so we need to make sure that they honor their commitment and their promises to the former city council member who's standing before you, as well as my good friend Gail Brewer. She was there when those promises were made, and we need to hold their feet to the fire, and I will join with you to do just that. And we also know that the city owes Roosevelt Island more in return for their contributions, and so clearly the city must join with us as well. New York State floated a bond issue to develop Roosevelt Island as a low and middle income community. But the conversion of the last two Mitchell-Alma properties eliminates all subsidized housing stock in the community. And the residents of Roosevelt Island must receive the best protections of affordability. This cannot become a playground for the rich. I have no problem with rich people. I want to be rich one day soon. Trust me. I'm actually sort of jealous. I love rich people. I love all people. But the bottom line is I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in Park Slope. And I now live in Fort Greene and Clinton Hill. And the same pressures that faced Fort Greene and Clinton Hill and that faced Park Slope back then when I was growing up are facing Roosevelt Island. And all of us must stand together because I believe what is best for all of us is to live in a society and live in a community which, one, is diverse, two, reflects all incomes, and three, is a neighborhood where we could appreciate growing up, where we appreciate individuals who are aging, and we can have a community where there's children and all individuals. I think it benefits all of us. It's a great melting pot. It's the diversity that all of us enjoy, and I think that's something worth fighting for. Yes? Yeah. Many of the issues stem from, and this was a conversation I had a couple of minutes ago with some of the members in the back with regards to the fact that Roosevelt Island is run like a company rather than a community. And that's run by a public authority which was created in Albany as an attorney who used to represent the committee that forms public corporations and public authorities in Albany. I was responsible for creating quite a few when I was counsel to that committee, corporations, authorities, and commissions in the state legislature some time ago. Roosevelt Island's public authority was already in existence. That was the model a number of other public authorities looked to, including but not limited to Battery Park, which is the other residential development which is run under a public authority. The question is whether or not it's time to change the model that and by creating a democratic system of representing Roosevelt Island in local government, we can begin to look forward to addressing some of the issues. I also, again, thanks to the gentleman who I had an opportunity to speak to a few minutes ago, I know policing as to what precinct is in charge. Is it Queens? Is it Manhattan? What happens when individuals get arrested? What district attorney? Whose jurisdiction? Whether or not crime is low because of underreporting or because people don't know where to take individuals. These are very serious issues that we need to discuss. And so, again, I thank you for welcoming me. I thank you for coming out this evening, to my first senior session, if you will. Throughout this week, senior week, issues such as those that we just discussed will be brought to the table with the attentiveness and devotion they warrant in order for change to finally begin. And as I said, the Office of Public Advocate, as I described at the outset, I gave you all of my functions, but the way that I describe it best is the Office of Public Advocate. This public advocate usually gets attention in three ways. 1, legislation. 2, litigation. And if that doesn't work, agitation. Thank you.